Everyone has the right to be happy and content in the home that they buy. And I think in the market right now, the real estate market has blown up over the last 5 years. I think the people who have suffered the most are the buyers. So I'm going to talk about what the problem is. And I want to talk about the 3 things that buyers can do to set themselves up for success, to set themselves up to be more happy and more content in the home that they buy, in the area that they live in. Okay, let's go. So Corey Skaggs here. I'm a local real estate agent in Northern New Jersey. I have helped hundreds and hundreds of buyers and sellers with their real estate needs, and I'm looking to help you guys out. All right, the problem. The real estate market is going crazy. And right now there's so much advice on social media, with friends, with family. Everywhere you look, there's advice on real estate. And I believe that there's too much advice out there that's muddying the waters. If you're looking to buy in Pennsylvania or New Jersey or California or Pittsburgh or wherever, looking at real estate news that is focused on US, on the general US, does not help you because it's not focused to your area. I think buyers are very confused right now. Sometimes I think they're being pressured, or I think they're being pushed into buying real estate. And I think we need to simplify the process of whether buying real estate's right for you. And that's what I'm doing now. I want to talk about 3 things. And if these 3 things, if you don't answer these 3 things, if you're not comfortable with these 3 things, I don't think you're ready to buy, because you need to be happy and content in your home. And when you answer these 3 things, the odds of you being happier, the likelihood of you being happy and content where you're living and where you bought, I think it's a lot greater. So let's talk about these things. Let's talk about these 3 points. The first thing I think you need to talk about with your family member, with your spouse, with your partner, whoever you're buying your house with, is location. And I can just hear the eye rolls of the real estate community listening to this video, because it is an overused statement. Location, location, location. It's overused because I believe it's one of the most important things. You cannot change your location. You can do almost anything with the house that you buy. You cannot pick up that house and move it somewhere else. You cannot change your location. You are locked in until you sell. So let's talk about location, because when people talk about location, I don't think they get into the specifics of it. They think about, oh, location. I'm at the base of a waterfall watching a unicorn fly by every morning. It's like this fantasy setup. Or I've got a, oceanfront property that's watching the whales pop out of the water, spouting out water. Location is simply this. Where do you want to live? What is your location that you want to live in have to offer you? So to be more specific, is there specific townships, specific areas that you want to live in because of family, because of schools, because of work? Do you want to live on a quiet street, on a social street? Do you want to be walkable to shops and local amenities? Do you want to be close to highways for commutability or train stations? Do you want to be in an urban environment, an exciting environment? Do you want to be in a suburban area that's calm and peaceful? Or do you want to go one step further and be in a private rural area? What makes you happy? Where would you be that would make you happy, would make you content? Lock this down, because it's going to do a couple of things. It's going to tell you exactly where you need to look, but it's also going to tell you if you're looking for the right location as your partner, as your spouse, as your family. This is non-negotiable in the sense of, if you both have 2 different ideas of your location and you buy a house that's perfect for one person and not perfect for the other, I feel that if one person in your family is unhappy, or your partner or your spouse, you're not very content. So it's going to tell you very quickly, are we ready to look for a house yet? If you can't agree on location, I don't know if you're ready to look for a house yet. And so many partners, so many spouses look for houses for 2, 3, 4, 6 months, 12 months. And they realize, we can't agree on anything. Let's not get a house. Several arguments later, it's not worth it. If you can lock down your location, odds are you're ready to start looking. Yeah. So that's the first thing I highly, highly stress you come to terms with, your location. The next thing is the condition of the home versus your capability of achieving it. This is monumentally important. And I'm going to talk about the 3 different conditions of a home. Now, there's several different conditions in that, but let's just be very general right now and talk about the 3 different broad conditions of a house. There is a newly renovated, or the house that's been renovated the last 5 or 10 years that has been kept up immaculately. That's move-in ready, that you can just get your stuff in there and get on with life. That's the first one. The second one is a house that needs updating. A house that was newly renovated or built in the 80s and 90s. It's got a yellow bathroom, an orange and wood kitchen, a wall that needs to be renovated, just things like that. And then the third one is the fixer-upper, the house that is not livable, the house that's in serious distress that needs to be got renovated. These are the three areas. Now let's talk about the capability of these properties and whether you're able to meet that capability. The easiest one to figure out is the newly renovated or the house that's in immaculate shape. Budget. Do you have the budget for this house? It is the top end of the market. There's rarely, if any, deals in this side of the market. Are you willing to pay for it? Are you willing to go above and beyond the purchase price or, whatever the market says to achieve this house? Because you will have a lot of competition. If you're not willing, if you're looking for a deal, if you're not willing to pay for this is not the condition or the house that you're ready to buy. Yeah. And there's a lot of people that overpay immensely for a house and are not happy or content with the price that they've spent for this house. That's a big gripe. The next house is the updater, the house that you need to update. The house, like I said, has been built in the 70s or 80s or 90s, even the early 2000s now, my goodness. And it needs an updated kitchen. It needs an updated bathroom. It needs fresh paint throughout. It might need a power wash. It might need new utilities like a furnace or a water heater, stuff that's well within the scope of a buyer to achieve. Now, let's talk about the capability. Now, there's 4 terms that I want to say that you've got to address all of these to decipher whether you're ready for this. Do you have the time? Do you have the patience? Do you have the capability? And do you have the money to do this? Okay. The time. You might be a handyman. You might be a contractor and go in there and say, I can easily do all of this. But do you have the time? Are you working 60, 70, 80 hours a week? And when you move into that house, everyone in your family is going, when are you doing the kitchen? When are you doing the bathroom? But you're like, I don't have time. That's not a very content environment. It could be a very unhappy environment. Do you have the time to do this? Now, if you're not a contractor or a handyman, do you have the time to get the contractors, to get the people in to do it? Do you have the time to do this? If not, this might not be the house for you. Let's talk about patience. You need some patience, man, because you might be without a bathroom for a month or 2 months or 3 months. You might be without a kitchen for a month or 2 months or 3 months. You might have to lock down half your house. Do you have the patience for this? If you're a contractor, do you have the patience? I don't need to talk about contractors or handymen about patience. We all know when you renovate something, 5 other things pop up that you have to address. Do you have the patience? Capability. Again, are you a contractor? Are you a handyman? Do you have contacts? Do you know plumbers, electricians, carpenters, people that can do the work for you, that can get you fast quotes, that stick to their quotes, that can do the work in a timely fashion? Do you have the capability of doing this? And lastly, do you have the money? Whatever you're quoted, and contractors will know this, whatever you're quoted, expect 15, 25% more, if not 40% in a disastrous situation. Because once you start renovating, once you start doing stuff, other things pop up that you need to do. Do you have the money to do this? If it's no to any of these, I would consider other options, because you run the risk of not being happy and not being very content in your house. All right, the next thing I want to talk about is the fixer-upper. Everyone confuses the fixer-upper with the house that needs to be updated. The fixer-upper is the house that is not livable, the house that is in horrific shape, in disarray. There's a huge misconception right now in people seeing these houses, even with renovators, even with flippers. They go in there and they go, oh, I'll do this for $100,000, $150,000. I work with a lot of renovators. I've seen very little fixer-uppers that are less than $200,000. And these are from renovators who are looking to renovate and flip, meaning they're not charging themselves. They're just doing parts and labor. So you're looking anywhere from $200,000 to $400,000 to possibly $500,000 to renovate a house. Do you have the time? Because in a lot of times, if you're not a renovator or a contractor doing this for yourself, this could take a year, possibly 2 years, depending on your relationship with that contractor. Do you have the patience? Do you have the patience to be doing this? Do you have the capability? And do you have the money? And again, whatever quotes you have, whatever price point you're putting on this, you want to add 20% more to be safe. Do you have the money for this? It's as simple as that. And so when you look at all these three things, these conditions of these houses, if you're good with one of them and you're good with your location, you're ready to start looking. If you're not good with these two things, with how I've explained them, I don't think you're ready yet. Yeah. Because again, I want you to be happy and I want you to be content. And the odds of you being happy and content, if you're not good with the location and the condition and these things that I've talked about, the odds of you being happy and content are low, in my personal opinion. The final thing we're talking about to be happy and content is what can you actually afford? Now, you go and get a pre-qualification. You're great with the location. You're great with the condition that you're going to look for. You get this pre-qualification. Let's just say it's $750,000 you're able to, pay up to. You got to find out the monthly mortgage on that. The $750 is meaningless. What is that a month? What am I paying a month? And then when you ask your loan officer or your bank, what are you paying a month? Let's just say it's $400,000. Let's say it's $3,200, just to be safe, just for an easy number. Then you want to go, okay, what do you think my taxes are going to be? Let's add that. What are the average taxes in the area? Let's just say $10,000 a year. What are utility costs? What am I paying now? What is my home insurance? About $1,000. Add that all up, and you're like, I cannot afford that. So you need to go, okay, let's rejiggy these numbers. Talk to your loan officer, and you may find out that you really, even though you're qualified for more, can afford a $650,000 house. Because there's nothing worse than paying for a house that you can't afford, that you're finding out later, I cannot afford this. It's suffocating being in a house that you can't afford. It's miserable. Happy, content, miserable. So once you lock down that budget, you're like $650,000. Now you know your price point. Now you know the condition. Now you know your location. Yeah. And now you can really look to see if you can find a house that you can be happy and content in. And I'm repeating happy and content a million times because it's so important to me that my buyers are happy and content with the house that they buy. Now you know what's going to make you happy and content. And that's it, guys. I hope this video helps. It's very important to me, near and dear to my heart. If you want to talk about anything on here, if anything on here is confusing, if you want to add to it, please add to it. I love talking about real estate. Comment, DM me, contact me, and of course, like and subscribe. I want all of you to come to my channel. I want to talk about real estate with all of you. And look out for my next video, guys. Have a good one.